Ja. Ja. Ikke hva for noe sånn da? Nei. Nei. Ups. Nei. Nei. Ja. Å. Ah. Nei. Jeg har ikke Snap på mobilen, slett. Jeg bruker så mye batteri, så... For jeg bruker Facebook, den der gruppechatten, og så WhatsApp. Nå. Ja. Ja, men Snapchatten så laster jo ting hele tiden, og... Ja. Nei, det er sant. Jeg sitter i bilen og skal skrive Norik, så det går bra, men... Ja. Og jeg skal videre på Benterud skole, og det er noe feil på panelet. Jeg skal se hva som skjer. Men først må jeg tømme bilen, for det er full av papp fra Ringerike nødlys. Meg? Hæ? For hvem? Hæ? Ok, det hørtes så rart ut. Meg? Ja, altså Ja, hvis du ikke følger brannkonseptet, så er det jo feil, vil jeg tro. Ja, altså hvis de dekker av Ja. Da må de si fra til brannvesenet, eller Ja, vi prates, Tobias. Ja, ha det. Okay, no one in chat said something.
There's still some more
Correct.
back there. Okay. I'm assessing whether I should do a cleanup of the ones that are injured and just
I forgot to activate my microphone, so it's only the mic from the GoPro. Hopefully it's enough.
And disadvantage them. I'm going to do that. So I'm going to spring out to the uninjured ones that I see closest to me.
Mm-hmm. So the uninjured one is the one pulling the sword, ready to face off with Solomon.
Mm-hmm.
You're going for that one. I love it.
Yeah. So I'm coming from behind. I'm like, Toasty! I don't say that. I think it.
Leave it in.
Yeah, so cold demeanor, saying nothing. I'm just going to bump him on the noggin.
Fantastic. Roll me your shock maul attack. You will have advantage because he is currently ready to engage with Solomon.
Love it. I love it. It's a dirty 20.
That will hit. Roll your damage.
Yeah. Another little tra-la-la.
You got it.
Well, that's, that's 8 bludgeoning, and it also gives him disadvantage on the next turn.
8 bludgeoning and disadvantage. Just a brutal electrocution combined with a brutal shock maul hit. And you do have Blood Ball.
Yeah, don't forget Blood Ball. Blood Ball's hungry for blood. So...
Is he made of blood, or is he hungry for blood?
Loading him up in the cannon and shooting him! That's all I do. He knows what's next. He's going to...
Which one is he attacking? The one you're currently battling?
Yeah, it's probably good just
Great.
to take this
Put
guy
him down.
out.
Let's go for it.
Okay.
Roll Blood Ball's attack. It's a d20. You'll be adding +2 for his ability to hit. He will have advantage, though, because this fucking Drukhari is getting beaten by 3 different Imperial heroes.
Oh, great. That's wonderful. +2. Yeah, that is 18.
18 will definitely hit. Roll your damage.
I always forget. For him, he is 46. Oh, fuck me. Sorry. Jesus.
It's a damage roll.
I know. That is a 2 piercing.
And with 2 points of damage, Solomon, you see this Drukhari turn to you, prepared to duel, drawing its blade. And that's when you see an arbitrator just storm out in his improvised mercenary armor, hammer this Drukhari in the spine with a shock maul, making it lean back as electricity courses through its body. And Bloodball, the cyber mastiff, charges forward, leaps into the air with its chain blade jaws revving, closes them around the Drukhari's neck, yanks down, and the head is separated from the body as you two Imperial heroes are sprayed with the blood of the Xenos in an ambush against the Drukhari Kabbalite warriors underground. And that's when the rest of the Drukhari on the ship get involved.
This episode of Agents of the Inquisition features the voices of Del Borovic, Guy Bradford, Josh Halbert, and Tyler Hewitt, alongside Dungeon Master Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Agents of the Inquisition's artwork was created by Del Borovic. Our theme song is the...
Learning English is hard. That's why I make Easy Stories in English, where you can have fun while you learn. You can listen to stories full of action, romance, and mystery. Each episode, I tell stories for beginner, intermediate, and advanced learners, and there's a story for every mood. Whether you want something to wake you up or relax before going to bed, Easy Stories in English is the podcast for you.
You were all engaged in an ambush against Drukhari Kabbalite warriors that have arrived on an anti-grav transport that is currently on fire. All of its skin flags and wings are burning due to the warpfire summoning of Damien. Morgan has been peppered by fire but managed to use the cover available to keep herself alive, while Solomon and the Cannon, along with Bloodball, are currently battling Kabbalite warriors on foot that have left the transport, though a small group have been left behind. The Kabbalite warriors, though, are responding. Now, Tyler, you clarified something with me over the break, though, regarding your rules. Can you explain what we overlooked?
Yeah. Activating innate sorcery, the eyes, the horns, increasing my DC save for spells, and giving me advantage on spell attacks. That requires a bonus action. On one turn, I used a bonus action to do that. I cast Warpfire Sphere, and then I used a bonus action again to move it, and you can't do that. So I wanted to let you know, and we could figure out a way to make up for that or address that.
All right, roll me a d6. 4, 5, 6, it'll be something that's probably easier for you, and a 1, 2, 3 will be something that might be tougher for the party.
Sure. 3.
Fantastic.
Ooh.
Cool.
All right. The battle continues.
Everybody shits their pants.
It turns out, shockingly, as you see this figure backflip forwards to the front of the vehicle, that you are not just facing a squad of Kabbalite warriors. They clearly have a Cyberite with them, a commanding officer, a sergeant of the Astra Militarum equivalent. The only person I think would know that specific term is Del in universe. But for the rest of you, you see that there is a more decorated warrior with a slightly more elaborate suit of armor, a whip at their hip, and they backflip over the warp fire and towards the front of this vehicle, managing to escape damage. The other 3 back there, though, are still touching within 5 feet of that flame. Or they have to end their turn there or begin their turn?
It says creatures that end their turn there.
Fabulous. And they're getting the hell out of there. They're just, the other 3 are backflipping off of this vehicle and advancing forwards to join the combat in general. The Cyberite backflips over everything, lands at the front of this vehicle, shoulders aside the Drukhari that is there, and takes up the heavy gun for itself. It is going to turn it onto the heroic warriors that seem much tougher than a random person shooting a gun in the distance, and fire at Solomon and the judge. It's going to spray fire over both of you. We get a 7, a 17,
Nice.
And another 7. So Solomon, the Wickering rounds just spray and bounce off the Oromite around you. They just cannot penetrate your armor as it spins towards the judge. That is a 19 to hit.
I have my shield.
You do have your shield.
Does that meet it, beat it?
Yeah.
It's 19.
Meets it, beats it. So it will hit with the 19. It hits a 22. And it has a dirty 20.
Damn.
Baby boy.
So you will suffer
Death!
You will suffer
5 damage. 7 damage from the second round.
12.
Which is
Thank
12.
you, Dad.
And 7. That will be another 12 damage, taking you to 24 total as you are pummeled by these Wickering rounds.
Before that last one
Oh, yeah?
peppers you in,
Oh, thank you.
Solomon's sword like stamps into the ground in front of you and absorbs some of those. So what was the last one? 12?
12.
Oh boy, oh boy. 5 of those don't go through.
Okay, so instead of 12, that last one will do 7 points of damage.
Okay.
5, 7, and 7.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah.
Okay, extremely bloodied.
What was that?
But 3 more Drakari are also firing into this combat. I'm going to give 1 to Solomon, 1 to the judge, and 1 to Bloodball that has seen Sever ahead. So that is against Solomon. That will be a dirty 20.
Shit.
Okay, you will take 6 piercing damage as you are hit with Wickering gunfire. Towards the judge, that will miss. And towards Bloodball, that will hit. Bloodball will suffer 6 piercing damage. Man, they're rolling low. 6 piercing damage to Bloodball from splinter rifle fire from the Drakari. 5 HP.
Oh, Tyler.
Sorry. Bloodball has 5 HP left.
Sorry.
How can a robot be bloodied? It's possible. That is the Drakari turn. We come back to the top of combat. Damien.
Hell of a time. The latter half of that turn order is a real son of a bitch. Yeah, it's a real organ break.
In terms of moving your ball of flame, should you so wish.
Hvor vil du dra?
Tunveien 5.
Henter veibeskrivelse til Tunveien 5 Ås.
Nei.
Of moving your ball of flame, should you so wish to. I would say with a bonus action, you are able to move it to hit the front
Selvfølgelig
gunner
er det
position, or you are able to
tunveien.
roll it off of the vehicle to hit the 3 people who've gotten off.
I think the plan is to hit it at the...
Hvor vil du dra?
Tunveien 5 Lørenskog.
Henter veibeskrivelse til Tunveien 5 Finstadjorda.
I think the plan is to hit it at the front gunner position.
Fabulous.
And when it hits something, they need to make a dex save.
Fabulous.
DC 15 dex save.
The Cyberite would normally fail, but it's going to use an ability to redirect that failure onto the Drakari next to it by kicking him onto the ball of fire. So that Drakari will take the damage. What do you got?
D6 fire damage. So that is 6 fire damage.
The Cavalite warrior that is kicked onto the fireball burns to death and is eliminated from the combat.
Okay. I'm leaving the fireball there though, so to stealthily move to another shack. So it's like his last known position is Shack A, and he's trying to get away from there so that if they need to keep firing, they're no longer hitting where he actually is.
Fabulous. Roll me stealth with advantage.
Okay.
They are, one might say, distracted.
That's a 12.
12. Okay. Anyone who wants to look for you will have to find that, though there are clearly other distractions occurring in the scene.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to do?
I think moving stealthily is half movement, so I want to move 15 feet to another shack.
Great. Do you want to move towards the combat, or do you want to move back past where you
I did get the comms message right of I'm injured, so fuck that back, I think.
Okay.
Knowing though that he's getting chewed up, it'll be like he will.
Well, it's like you move through one shack to get to the. You're like 2 shacks from Morgan, so you can go back to the shack.
He's like go one back and like to like visually like check on her and see how she's doing and like come on.
Yes, you do that. Up next, Morgan.
Yep, we'll see Damien come back through, and I will use my movement to also move. I'd like to go down towards where Damien is, but if I could go up into a shack or up into an overlook position, and then I would like to use my cunning action to hide, so that I can be hidden and then try to take another shot at the gun.
Okay, so you are going to Damien's shack, up to the roof.
Yeah.
You're hiding, and you're shooting into combat again. I
Yes.
love this. Roll me your stealth for your new hide.
So 14.
14 for stealth. Okay.
Definitely want to just stay. I need to stay in cover. That's the only thing keeping me from.
For you to be up top, it would not provide as much cover as you would have elsewhere. But prone and someone shooting at a prone figure will have disadvantage because you're a smaller target laying down than you would be standing up again.
That's great. And then I would, best I can, to shoot at the Cyberite warrior.
Great. You take a shot at the Cyberite, the commander of the squad of cavalry warriors. Take a shot.
Do I get advantage because I'm hiding? How does that work?
No, because you not being seen by them doesn't give you a better advantage in your ability to shoot them. This is combat, so there are more targets who are engaged.
Great. I want to use a left right then to get advantage on this.
Fabulous.
Try and just take out this big guy. That's a 23 to hit.
That will hit.
And because I gave myself advantage, I get the sneak attack. Please, please, bonus band. 6, 7, 8. Plus 4 for 12 damage. Headshot attempted.
You punch a hole through the torso of this Drakkari warrior, just punching through where a human heart would be. The figure is still standing, but you see blood spray across the console, and it's lost a lot of its confidence and decadent movement. It's still up, but it's definitely bloody, close to death's door.
Stay in that fireball, buddy.
Up next, we have some cavalry warriors. 2 are going to turn and fire on. I'm going to say 1 each. One is going to fire on you, Solomon. They miss. One is going to fire at the judge. That is a
Yeah, I have to drive to throw away some trash that I didn't have enough time to do this morning.
5 points of damage to you.
And after that, I will go to
Judge
another job.
collapses. As 2 more cavaliers charge into close combat, drawing blades with you, Solomon. That will strike. One is a 19 to hit, and the other is a 24. Both hit. Oh shit. Alright. They are done. They will do one of them coming in with a blade, but is very hesitant to engage with you. Will do 4 points of damage. The
fredag. Høyeste temperatur blir 10 grader, og laveste blir 5.
That sucks.
And he's just ready. He's on the legs.
All right.
Dungeon Master.
Yes.
Is Blood Ball still in play?
Blood Bowl is still in play.
Well, Blood Ball and I have been together for years.
400, but yeah.
Intentionally.
It's not the first time the judge has been downed. This is his accountability. I'm thinking that while he can't provide, what are those salts that you use when somebody's smelling salts? Smelling salts. I have a mask. However, I am able to have commands issue between the two of us, you know, within our minds occasionally.
I mean, no, but...
I know that. Okay, that's fine. No, but not okay. So fast. I will never sorry, inside my helmet, I would think he'd be able to make some kind of binary screech.
Oh, absolutely not. But I have a fish for you.
God damn, she's buffing a lot.
I have two pitches based on what you're saying, though, because I think there's an element of truth to what you have here, which is you would pre-programmed Rex 2 to carry out one of two actions while you are in combat. And this is something where you can also look at the stats. The stats are great. Rex 2 could be programmed to try to essentially shock you awake using some of its own internal systems, which would be a medicine check and +1, because Rex 2 is not very good at this. Or Rex 2 could have been programmed by you to essentially drag you out of combat to the closest commander and or medic. Would you have programmed Rex 2 to attempt to shock you knowing that the odds are low, or to bring you to someone on the team, or whoever else was like the second in command, to like get you out of combat to whoever could do that? Because the idea you had was great. You're unconscious, you don't have the ability to do that, but I do believe, especially for like any Arbites Cybermastiff, would have a the arbitrator goes down program.
Well, I would love it to have been programmed to drag me to safety. I did not have a lot of safety on the planet I was on.
That makes sense.
So this hound would sacrifice itself potentially to
shock you away. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Let me just double check what role that needs to be. I want to
If you want it,
I wanna make
stabilize the dying character.
Thank
and
you.
Here, DC 10 Wisdom Medicine check to stabilize a creature.
Fabulous. So it'll be a DC 10 check. You need to roll a 9 or higher on a D20 for your character to be stabilized. Stabilized does not mean that you like wake up with 1 HP, but it does mean that you will not. I will not be rolling death saving throws for you. 13 through a shock and the chain blades revving to silent and clamping down on a wound that involves an artery and just holding in position. Rex 2 is currently keeping you alive and safe until help can arrive. There will be no death saving throws in this case.
Is that the dead body?
Now that he's stabilized, he manages to, while in this like hell state of his dreams, say a blood bowl. He's not going to be Rex 2. That's amazing.
That can't be right.
And we circle back to the top of the initiative order. Okay, Damien.
Is that person still on the gun?
The Cyberite is still on the gun.
We're leaving the Warfire sphere there then?
If you want to use a bonus action to move it directly at them, I will let you use that as a bonk, because we've said that you can use this as an active weapon.
Yeah, for sure. Bonus action.
Bonk.
Alrighty.
DC 15.
They rolled a 9. heal them.
Use the rest of like the 25 feet to fuck more
Yeah,
people up.
no. You got
It
him.
stays
So
there.
the Cyberite is dead.
Great. It's just gonna stay there, like melting the gun. And so things are looking dire out here for my companions. Morgan, I saw like move through the space and go up, and I heard like a shot go off.
Yep.
She's doing fine. I'm gonna give Solomon some backup, I think, because he's there just kind of out in the open.
Also, that was your bonus action is concentration. Is Fleshknit a concentration spell? I'm just going to point out that you do have that.
Fleshknit is not. I was thinking about that.
Yes, you have that as an option.
Yeah. But that'll be the last spell I cast, kind of thing. And we're just like cost-benefit analysis of the last spell slots to use, kind of thing.
Oh, I hear you.
So yeah, how I double back a little bit.
Fotoboks längre framme.
Yeah, how I double back a little bit into my shack. Is Solomon within 30 feet of me?
Solomon is within 30 feet of you, yes.
We really thin these numbers out. I am hale and hearty in terms of hit points. I'm gonna run out into the middle of this. Full range of 30 feet of movement. Heretical warp fire wreathing my open hand as I run up and slap it on Solomon's back. Yeah.
How was that?
That's Damien will just say like an old adage that was just constantly trained and retrained into him. And he'll just lay one hand on him and say, hunt and burn. And he will cast Fleshknit at second level with his only remaining spell slot. Second level Fleshknit, I think, is 4d8 with 2024 rules. As we're calling this the Cure Wounds. At a higher level spell slot, the healing increases by 2d8 for each spell slot above 1. So 2d8 plus my spellcasting ability modifier normally, we're doing 4d8.
2d8 is for each level above 1. Your cast is level 3.
I'm casting at level 2.
So each level above 1, which would be 1, 2, 3, 8. Am I correct?
Is it 2d8 base?
The healing increases by 2d8.
Oh, by 2d8.
for
All right,
each
folks.
spell
Sorry, no,
slot.
I'm used to old D&D.
No,
Yeah,
no,
man, I hear you. It's fucking juicy. I don't know why they did that.
I feel like, well, I mean, look at the
Look
judge.
at what's happening.
If he gets full juiced, can Del and I get the remains?
Can some of the warp fire trickle down Solomon's flank?
Can it work like capitalism? You know?
I mean, it will trickle down like capitalism, and the Solomon will get all of it.
Choose me.
Juice him.
5 plus 8 for 13. Plus 4, 17 HP back to you.
I was down 18.
That
Hell yes.
just. So the trickle down would have worked. It's just he had to have all of it, kind of thing.
It was all for
It
him.
would have worked. So.
Yeah, that's fair. No, that's fair.
Yeah, in this case, I would have allowed it to happen. In any other case, I would not, but I would have allowed it this time.
And that is bonus action, movement, and action. I'm just out there in the open, right behind Solomon. Yeah.
Fabulous. Morgan,
All right.
you are up. Your position
I'm
on this
up.
roof,
I'm in
laid
position.
down.
I'm laying
sighted
down, sighting in. Who's left? Who can I take a headshot at? I'm gonna just steady aim, headshot a further enemy.
There are 3 Kabalite warriors who have managed to make it off of the transport. 2 of them have been heavily burned by fire. 1 has overall escaped.
Oh,
Council of War, sorry. It's a 1. Fucking hell.
Trickle down.
Hunt and burn. Hand on his back.
The champion!
I went into my fucking bag.
I need you to roll me a D100.
Yes.
Keep this
Your penis
game.
pops like a water balloon.
Of course it happens here.
Jeez.
When he's healing someone.
I know. That's
When
off
you're
the
doing a
goddamn
good
cleric
job.
spell list from my acolyte background. 35.
35. The warp enshrouds you and crackles across all of your extremities. You have resistance to all damage for the next minute.
Oh!
You overcharge healing him and create a warp field around yourself that will keep you protected from all. So every bit of damage you take in the next 60 seconds will be divided by 2.
Halved.
Amazing!
Try to roll that all the time.
Yeah, dude, that's great.
35.
Good
Just
job,
see number
Damien.
35. Good job, Damien.
Good job.
Majestic perils. Sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay.
Can I have some
Well,
too?
that was a freebie.
Okay, I would like to aim.
The judge is shitting on you.
He's just having a little
Like he's
sleepers.
thirsty in the desert. Oh, please.
Yeah, come to. Yeah. That's so funny.
All right, I would like to aim at the uninjured warrior that's left.
Fabulous. Go for it.
So this is with my aim. Oh, bullshit. That's a 10 to hit.
10 to hit will not hit.
No.
So the warrior dodges aside.
I think,
as this bolt
I think
shoots
it's
in.
also, Morgan is up there, she's laying flat, she's trying to aim. She thinks, like, she's solidly breathing out. She's so stressed about all these boys down there out in the open. Even though the carnage has been going wild, it's like she feels her heart thumping too much in her chest and her hands rattle and she misses.
Alrighty. Yep, that is happening. These 3 Kabalite warriors are deeply troubled by how this has all been going down. They are going to fire at Solomon and Damien from what they're seeing. Their big issue is Damien. I'm going to have them roll to shoot you, Damien. But if they miss, the idea will be that Solomon's armor blocks it from hitting you. So I'm going to increase your AC by 2 because Solomon is a human shield.
Okay.
Because in the situation where you heal him, Solomon sees this happen. Solomon sees the 3 rifles come up, knows it's going to happen, and we get that moment that occurs also with Space Marines that they talk about, where he just armor head to toe taking these shots. So let's see. We have
Hopefully I won't drive on any screws because the electricians here are really bad at picking up their scrap. It's like a minefield driving here, to be honest. Because they're like, really sloppy picking up stuff falling out of their pockets or bags. So I'm just gonna... Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stop the stream here because I need to go to the bathroom and stuff. So the car is gonna be... Yeah, I can't let the car be on because I don't trust this place. It's Oslo after all. Never know what people that can walk around. And if the car is on, they can just get inside and drive away. So yeah, see you later.